Okay, welcome to Ofusu African Channel. Like I said, this page stands for Pan-Africanism, and we actually support the African religion, and we don't like the negativity which is being associated with African religion, and even seeing the gods of Africa as satanic. You understand? And that is not acceptable, because if you go through my old videos, you realize that even the concept of Satan was created. I have traced it, so you can go through my old videos, share it, and let the videos go far. You understand? Now, academicians are saying that now the story of Adam and Eve itself was not original to the Jews. On a serious note, now they copied it. On a serious note, we all know that around 586 BC, now Nebuchadnezzar actually conquered the Jews, the northern side, the northern kingdom. He exiled them to Babylon. And so when they went there was a narration of this story. You understand? There was a narration of this story about Adam and Eve and those things, and the Garden of Eden and all those things. You understand? And so now this story are so original to the Babylonians, and in fact, in ancient, the ancient originality can even be traced to the Sumerians. You understand? And so the Jewish holy book only became a carrier of these stories. In fact, the originality can actually not be attributed to the Jews. You understand? But we all have an idea, because we don't like reading. We all have an idea that Adam and Eve were the first people to be created, and the pastors continue to preach falsehood in the church. You understand? And for me, if you ask me, Adam and Eve are not my ancestors. If anything at all, then I can choose Nana Yakatwa as my first ancestress. You understand? Because I don't associate with Adam and Eve is a Palestinian history, which was borrowed from the Sumerians and then the Babylonians. You understand? And I remember a book I read, and Charles Darwin actually introduced his theory of evolution in around 1859 or so, if I'm correct. And the church was really not comfortable with Darwin's theory, because indeed Darwin's theory was so proven. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to prove it from scientific base. And this incident that I'm about to say is actually recorded in the British Hackett book. And it happened in 1860, when there was a debate between Bishop Wilberforce and Huxley, who is